You know all the buzz about Copilot, right? Like writing emails and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Well, we're going deep on a use case.
Okay.
You probably haven't heard of.
Sounds good.
How Copilot can actually help summarize a whole user shadowing project.
Oh, interesting.
Now, have you ever even heard of user shadowing?
Yeah, so it's basically where you observe users interacting with software out in the wild,
Okay.
in their natural habitat,
Right.
to see where they get stuck, frustrated, just to see where we can uncover opportunities to improve the design. Companies do it all the time to get that real world feedback.
Yeah, it's super valuable.
Yeah.
But it is incredibly time consuming.
Oh, absolutely.
To analyze all that data.
For sure.
So today's deep dive comes from an internal document.
Okay.
Where a team used Copilot to try and make that whole process more efficient.
Interesting.
So did it work?
That's the question.
That's what we're going to find out.
Let's get into it.
What I thought was really fascinating is they didn't just throw a bunch of raw data at Copilot and hope for the best.
Yeah.
They actually had a very systematic approach.
I like that.
Almost like they were training like a highly skilled but very literal intern.
Okay.
I like that analogy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So walk me through it. What did this Copilot intern actually do?
Okay, so first they recorded the user sessions,
right?
Just like you normally would in a shadowing project.
Okay.
In this case, they were focused on Dynamics 365 sales.
Okay.
See how users were interacting with it, what could be improved.
Gotcha.
Then they took the transcripts from those recordings and fed them into Copilot.
So just like handing your intern a stack of notes and saying, summarize this.
Exactly.
But I'm guessing there's more to it than that?
Yeah, there's a little bit more to it than that.
Okay.
So they actually pre-designed these report templates for Copilot to fill in. They got really specific with their prompts, like step-by-step instructions on what information to extract and how to organize it.
So it's not magic. It's like...
No, it's a magic.
Setting it up.
You got to set it up for success.
Exactly, for success.
Yeah.
What happened next? Were the summaries any good?
So here's the mind-blowing part.
Okay.
Copilot nailed the individual session summaries.
Really?
Like it pulled out all the key points, even included relevant screenshots.
Wow.
Think about how much time that saves compared to someone manually doing that.
That's wild.
For every recording.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
It's pretty cool.
But I bet it gets more complicated when you have to analyze those summaries across all the users, right?
Yeah.
Like finding the bigger trends and patterns.
You hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
That's where things got a little trickier.
Okay.
So while Copilot excelled at summarizing those individual sessions, it really struggled to identify patterns across multiple sessions or draw like insightful conclusions that a human analyst could.
So it's not.
It was more like a fancy copy and paster at that stage.
So it's not quite ready to replace human analysts.
Not entirely, no.
Okay.
This highlights a really crucial point, though, about AI tools.
Yeah?
They're incredibly powerful for specific tasks.
Yeah.
But human expertise is still essential for that higher level analysis and interpretation.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like Copilot can handle the grunt work, freeing up human analysts to focus on the more strategic stuff.
Right. The big question.
Yeah.
Did it actually save time overall?
Exactly.
That's what everyone wants to know.
Right. Let's get into the numbers then. Because I feel like the time breakdown in the report is really interesting.
It is. It is.
Oh, right.
So for a user shadowing project with like 5 user sessions, the team said it would normally take them like 3.5 to 4.5 days to create a comprehensive report manually.
Wow, that's a lot of time.
That's a lot of time.
It really highlights that bottleneck that user shadowing can create.
Yeah.
All that transcribing, analyzing, reporting. Like, no wonder people are looking for ways to make it more efficient.
Totally. Now, with Copilot, they were able to get that same report done in 2 to 2.5 days.
Wow, so almost cutting the time in half.
Almost cutting it in half, yeah.
That's significant.
Which is huge.
Especially when you think about the impact on project timelines and resources.
Right. However, there is a catch.
Okay.
Remember all that setup we talked about?
Yes.
Designing the templates.
Right.
Crafting those very specific prompts.
Yeah, well,
I have a feeling this is coming.
That initial setup with Copilot actually took about the same amount of time as doing the initial analysis manually.
Okay, so the upfront investment kind of evened things out for this project.
For that first project.
But I suspect the story doesn't end there.
it doesn't.
Okay. All right.
So here's where it gets really interesting. Get ready.
On their next user shadowing project, they were able to reuse that entire Copilot system they had built. Prompts, templates, everything.
That makes sense, right?
Ready to go.
From a business perspective, you're essentially building this knowledge base that Copilot can then leverage.
Totally.
It's like the initial effort is like training a new employee.
Right.
But once they're up to speed, their productivity skyrockets. It's that classic.
Short-term pain for long-term gain.
Love it.
And the gains were huge.
Okay.
Time savings of over 50%.
Wow.
On that second project.
That's incredible.
Because they didn't have to reinvent the wheel.
So it really underscores the importance of thinking about AI implementation as a strategic investment, not just a quick fix.
Totally. It's a mindset shift.
Yeah.
You're investing time up front.
Exactly.
To build a system that will pay off in the long run.
That's it.
And the more you use it, the more efficient it becomes.
It's like compounding returns, but with efficiency.
I like that.
Yeah.
So before we move on,
I
think it's worth recapping like the key takeaways here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they apply to anyone using Copilot or similar AI tools.
You're sure.
Not just for user shadowing, right?
Right, let's distill it down.
So first, have a plan.
Yes.
Don't just throw data at Copilot.
Right.
And hope for the best.
Don't just cross your fingers.
Right. Think strategically about where it can be most helpful and what you want to achieve.
Exactly.
Second, those prompts are crucial.
So important.
Copilot needs clear instructions to deliver the results you need.
Like, imagine you're writing a detailed manual.
Yes.
For a highly capable but very literal assistant.
Right.
Gotta be specific.
Yeah. Third, don't expect miracles.
Right.
Copilot is great at certain things, like summarizing information, extracting key points. But it's not a replacement for human intelligence and critical thinking.
We still need that human touch for that higher level analysis.
For sure.
And decision making.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And finally, think long term.
Yes.
The real power of these tools comes from building systems you can reuse.
Exactly.
That's where you unlock those exponential productivity gains.
That's the key.
Right?
Yeah.
So these impressive time savings with Copilot, it raises a crucial point about these AI tools.
Okay.
They're rapidly evolving, right?
They are, yeah.
This case study focused on a very specific application.
Right.
But what about other types of analysis?
It makes you wonder, right? Like, is Copilot getting better at handling multiple documents?
Yeah.
Drawing more complex conclusions?
Right.
Can it connect those dots that humans are still so good at?
Like, is it getting smarter?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a big question.
Yeah. Fantastic questions.
Yeah.
And honestly, we don't have all the answers yet.
No, not yet.
This was just one team's experience.
Right.
And the technology is constantly advancing.
Always moving forward.
But it definitely gives us a glimpse into the potential of these tools.
For sure.
And how they can really reshape the way we work.
Absolutely.
It underscores the importance of continued exploration, experimentation.
We need to keep pushing the boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Of what's possible with AI.
For sure.
Share our findings so we can all learn from each other.
Absolutely.
This is just the beginning.
It really is.
Of the AI revolution.
It feels that way.
We're all part of it.
So for you, the listener, the question is, what processes in your work could be revolutionized with this kind of technology?
It's a big question.
What are those tedious, time-consuming tasks that are ripe for automation?
Yeah.
Or at least significant improvement?
Yeah, think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you've experimented with Copilot or similar tools,
we want to hear about it.
Let us know.
Share your wins, your struggles, your aha moments.
Because the more we share, the faster we all learn and grow together.
That's the beauty of a community like this, right? It is. We're all on this journey together, figuring out this uncharted territory of AI and its impact on our work. And who knows what amazing discoveries we'll make along the way.
That's right.
So.
Okay, before we wrap up completely, there's one more fascinating aspect of this whole Copilot experiment that we need to address.
All right, let's do it.
So you mentioned there's one more fascinating aspect of this Copilot experiment.
Well, this whole deep dive has been based on an internal document, right?
Yeah.
A summary of the team's experience using Copilot for user shadowing.
Right.
But here's the meta part.
Okay.
That summary itself was created with the help of Copilot.
Wait, they use Copilot to summarize their experience using Copilot.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. That's like next level meta.
It is. It is.
That's wild.
And it actually highlights another powerful use case for this technology, creating these clear, concise reports from complex information.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could feed Copilot all your meeting notes, emails, research documents, and it could spit out a perfectly structured summary, highlighting the key points, action items.
That would be a game changer.
Huge, huge.
For anyone who spends hours sifting through information.
Absolutely.
Trying to make sense of it all.
I know I would.
Executives, managers, analysts.
Yeah, we could all use a little Copilot assistance in our lives.
Seriously.
For real.
And think about the implications for knowledge management.
Oh, yeah.
Within organizations, right?
Huge.
Instead of having critical information buried in emails and shared drives.
Exactly.
You could use Copilot to create easily searchable, digestible summaries.
Make it accessible.
Right, that everyone can access.
Yeah.
It's like having a superpowered librarian.
I love that analogy.
Who can organize and synthesize all that information for you.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see why people are so excited about the potential of this thing.
That's not just hype, you know.
We're seeing real-world examples of how this technology can really improve efficiency and productivity.
Totally.
But, as we've been discussing, it's not about replacing humans.
Right.
It's about augmenting our abilities.
Yeah.
Freeing us up to focus on those things that truly require human intelligence, creativity.
For sure. So what's the takeaway for our listeners?
Yeah.
What should they be doing right now to prepare for this AI-powered future?
I'd say the most important thing is to just start experimenting.
Okay.
Don't wait for somebody to tell you how to use Copilot or for the technology to be perfect.
Yeah.
Jump in, play around with it, see what works for you.
Ah, that's great advice.
It's all about learning by doing.
And remember, it's not just about the technology itself.
No.
It's about developing that strategic mindset.
Absolutely.
Thinking about how you can build these reusable systems, always looking for ways to improve your processes.
Continuous improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The future of work is being shaped right now.
It really is.
And those who embrace these tools, adapt their approach, those are the folks that'll thrive.
Absolutely. Well said.
Thank you.
That wraps up our deep dive.
Yes, it does.
Into the real-world use of Copilot.
It was a good one.
We hope you found it insightful.
I did.
Maybe even a little bit inspiring.
Definitely.
Remember, the future is what we make it.
That's right.
And with tools like Copilot, the possibilities really are endless.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
And don't forget to share your own experiences with Copilot. We're always looking for new deep dives.
Yes, please do.
So let us know what you're curious about.
Keep them coming.
Until next time, keep experimenting, pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Absolutely.